12 degrees. I just want to plunge in before we start. Oh, all right.
I've been spending this summer in Bansko, Bulgaria, and every day I take this path. It's about 25 minutes from my apartment, and I walk up the ski road to what is known as the Infinity Pool, which is a cold plunge. It's absolutely beautiful, especially when there's nobody there. And I soak for somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes there are lots of people there, often families and kids, but I, of course, love it when it's just me. It takes a little getting used to, the cold.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not alone in my daily healthy habit of cold plunging. Here's my friend Maxim.
And afterwards, I felt really full of life and happy. And I was like, okay, I got to do this more often. And so...
You know, I felt the same way. I had to do it more often, too, and that's why I would take the 25-minute walk up the ski road to the river every day and soak in the cold water. And sometimes it was really cold, especially when the sun was hiding behind the clouds. But it was a healthy habit that I thought was important. And I'd often see some of my friends there, too. I found that it was easier to soak because I had previously been going to a sauna every day at a local gym. And I think that got me used to extreme temperatures. Maxim said he did the same thing, too.
So it had a cold plunge in the sauna, the wellness area, and it had in fact two it had a cold plunge and an ice bath, 10 Celsius and 5 Celsius, so we used to go to 5 Celsius.
So there are benefits to taking a sauna, and there are benefits to cold therapy, which is also known as cryotherapy. But cryotherapy has had a lot more research to support its health benefits, such as reduced inflammation, improved immunity, and just general improved energy. It also was shown to reduce fat, like it turned the adipose tissue into more metabolically active brown fat, which is how the body actually gets rid of the fat in the long run. So that was part of the reason why I enjoyed doing the plunges every day. But honestly, it was because it was also so beautiful up there. There's a big difference between being in the river and being in a vat of ice. And with such beautiful surroundings, it's also easier to relax the mind. Of course, this is a physical experience. It feels so cold. You have goosebumps on your skin, and it almost feels piercing sometimes, especially with the feet and hands. But part of the practice is relaxing into this, recognizing that it's actually not so painful. It's not so dramatic. Although, of course, many people do make it quite dramatic.
I don't know if we hold it. See, he's yelling.
Okay, that's my friend Diego, and he was a champ too. He was going all the time. I was just teasing him with this, but that was part of the fun. Going every day, seeing the same people that were committed to the practice, because it's not exactly fun to hang out in really cold temperatures for 10, 15 minutes, but it felt great.
I benefit from it both physically and mentally, but the reason I do it every morning is mostly for the mental aspect. Starting my day with a cold plunge just sets the tone for the rest of the day. It really improves my day by a lot because I've kind of like done the hardest thing already.
Doing the hard thing, I totally agree with Maxim. I felt like a champ every time I'm finished with this practice, in part because it's resetting my dopamine circuits in my brain, too.
Also, I spend less time in the office and being stuck in a big sauce. And
All right, reducing anxiety, having a clear mind. It's so interesting how cold plunging actually helps with productivity.
Yeah, this is right now, it's about 4 o'clock here in Boston, and I've been working all day at the computer, right? And it's like, this is a great gift to take about.
So, when I would get to the river, I never tiptoed my way in. I never just put a toe in. I went all in. And same with Maxim.
I what what I do is I go straight in. I don't go in gradually. I just go straight in up until my neck, so that the initial shock is just once, and then it passes away after a minute, sometimes less depending, and then I can relax. And when I get out, if it's sunny outside, I like to spend some time in the sun and soak up the rain.
So, jumping right into the river, it's another example of just training the brain. That's part of what these healthy habits are doing, why they're so beneficial to everyday life. But just being in nature, that also is so healing. I really loved this activity, and I was kind of surprised that I did. Those are the best types of practices, the ones that are really hard at first and you push through and you keep at them. With cold therapy, you're seeing such results, not just mental, but physical too.
Needing to close your eyes and tune into your body and see what's happening inside, what's going on.
Right, because you mentioned
So Maxim loved cold plunging so much that he even made an app to track his cold plunges. It's called Ice Buddy, and it's free. You can download it on your smartphone and track your plunges. See how long you go for how many days in a row. At this point, when we were doing our talk here, he had gone 30 days, and I've done the same thing as well. In fact, now it's hard to imagine going a day without hiking up to the river and taking a cold plunge.
When I do that, I like to put up a little sauna, so I just like a couple rounds of ice bath sauna, ice bath sauna, about 3 to 4 rounds, and I've definitely noticed
Now, this is biohacking 101, right? It's choosing the hard thing. It's activating your sympathetic nervous system on purpose so that you can feel better in the long run.
it's never really pleasant, and it's never really something you're looking forward to, but it's not that hard. It's not that hard anymore, and you get to relax more, and you basically train your mind to.
Not that hard? Well, Diego might disagree. So it's stress. It's choosing your poison, really. It's how do you want to have stress in your life? You can live with chronic stress that is constantly wearing away at your mind and body, or you can choose to do the hard
I
thing.
don't know what he hold it. See, he's yelling.
And when you choose to do the hard thing, you may find with time, it's actually not that hard. So if you're interested in trying out cold plunging, definitely check out the Ice Buddy app, Maxim's new app on iOS or Android, so that you can not only track your plunges, but also learn more about cryotherapy. It's a healthy habit that's pretty cool.